Not the captain. Are we in the correct order? Yes.
Cool.
Hooray!
So I guess during the break, Henley's camera turned off at some point. I saw it from across the room while I was chasing my cat.
My camera?
Yeah. You were in the last position last episode. Don't worry about it. Anyway, welcome back, friends. And, you know, this is a show. And on this show, we have a Discord. You can go to twitch.tv/APGamingREAL. Type !Discord to find it. There are several secret channels on the Discord. Most of them are cast-based. One of them is a channel that only I have access to that I post all my anime memes in so I can quickly find them. But in these cast channels... What?
Good fucking God.
Look, you gotta have quick access to the things that you need, man. I learned that when I was away from my desktop
why
PC...
use your own storage space for waifu pictures when you can use Discords?
Why accidentally
that's true. Wow, no. Ah, man.
I want to give you shit, AP, but I have an entire channel dedicated to 40K memes, so I can't say shit.
Yeah, thank you. I got somebody back me up here. When I started the secret channels on my Discord, it was a space for cast to blow off steam if they got frustrated with me, with the audience and stuff. The one for this show has basically evolved into rhyming couplets and puns. It's really awful. Just every week I loathe looking at the channel.
You love it. You know you love it.
It's not that
This best channel.
It's terrible. I hate it. You're all idiots. Baka.
To be fair, it is a very slow-moving channel. But then when someone posts something, it's normally like...
I mean,
yeah.
There's only one thing posted every week. It's just me going, hey, guys, we're going to meet this week. And then someone's like, I want to find grass. And then someone else is like, so we can cut ass.
That's right.
I'll take a pass.
Occasionally post some D&D memes, irrelevant at times.
Oh, yeah, and you post those A Crap Guide to Whatever videos.
Oh, those are so good. I love them.
I mean, they're all right. So I just wanted to say real quick that...
He has Monster Hunter ones, too.
This is a show about gentlemen doing gentleman things. And as gentlemen, we, of course, all have our favorite type of cheese. We're just going to find out. We're going to workshop it here. Just open ourselves up and let a little piece of ourselves out into the universe. My favorite type of cheese, mild cheddar. I don't like the sharp stuff. You know, it's like the vanilla of cheeses. It's the base average. Spootnik, I'm gonna drop.
That's real basic of you.
I know. I'm a basic ass bitch, man. I fucking drink protein shakes at the gym every day, and when pumpkin spice is allowed during Halloween, I have it every single day.
You know you can make
Ask if you put mild cheddar in your shakes.
Atomic, let me guess yours. Cross singles.
Fuck no.
Ooh, Jesus, is that anybody's? Ugh.
I mean, when I was a poor, like growing up super poor, yeah, but no, the fine aged Swiss. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, okay, interesting choice. Why the Swiss?
It just compares well. Like most of the sandwiches I eat are roast beef, and then if I eat a burger, I do like a Swiss mushroom type thing. It just pairs well. It's just
I wanna triple down on this and then like go in and just ask what type of mustard do you eat with that? Like now I'm super curious. Like
you need to.
I'm a mustard aficionado. Like
I've got like 7 or 8
okay,
mustard.
look at this guy. He knows what's up. All right.
I mean,
I like that spicy English mustard.
Oh,
yeah,
Grey Poupon?
A great brat mustard is pretty good. Yeah, Spoot and I were talking about mustard the other day, actually.
Look, they had no idea that I was going to be talking about cheese or jumping to mustard, and we're all on the same fucking page here. This is a gentleman's club.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Spootnik, what do you got? Cheese.
I can't taste a whole lot, so...
I'm a Gouda boy.
What?
I would like to make an addendum, though. If you're going to make a cheese stick, brie. If you've never deep fried brie,
Oh, yeah.
it's amazing. It'll change your life.
What do you got?
Some puff pastry.
What do you got, Dave? Because your taste buds aren't out there 100%. What's your favorite cheese?
No. I like anything that has like that. Has there you go. No. I like that. I forget what it's called, but the cheese you cook on a fucking barbecue, man.
I mean, there are plenty of cheeses you can do that with.
Raclette?
No. What the fuck is it called?
There are a bunch of cheeses that melt really well, so that's kind of.
But it's the one where you eat it and it kind of gives like that sort of like popping, plasticky sort of like texture.
Oh.
Hang on,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but now I want to try it.
Look at it. It's real good.
All right, if I want to point to the upper left, I must point to the upper right.
Halloumi.
Drumurboy, got it. I fucking nailed it. Blooming
Halloumi
cheese. Never heard of this. I'm gonna Google it. Drumurboy, what do you got for me?
I have like 3. The
All
cheese
right,
I
pick
most
one.
often is sharp cheddar.
All right, all
The
right.
cheese
Why
I
the sharp?
enjoy-
I'm actually super curious about this. Why the sharp?
It just has more flavor.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the sharp.
If you're gonna melt a cheddar cheese isn't a great melting cheese, but if you're gonna melt it, do sharp cheddar.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
with
if it's going to be combined with something else, it needs to be able to power through. If that's supposed to be
Yeah.
one of the stronger flavors, but yeah,
The cheese that the cheese that I enjoy the most, that I can actually get my hands on most often. I don't buy it too often, but there's like in Safeway, I don't know if it's an American grocery store as well. It's
Yes,
a Canadian
we have
grocery
Safeway.
store. And they had this triple cream brie in there that was so fucking good. You just spread that on some plain toast, man. It's so good.
there's a goat cheese I've had too before, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but it was actually surprised. Like I was like, I like gamey things too. Like I've had plenty of like, I know Hunter used to make his own deer sausage and deer jerky and all that stuff. Like whatever. But I mean, it's not. There's a hint of it, but it's not as strong as I thought it was going to be. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good. So goat cheese is pretty good too.
Yeah. And then the
Halloumi
one-
is a good cheese, yeah.
The one that I've had that I like still dream about that I've never been able to find since was like it was a specific brand of like Applewood smoked Gouda. And
Smoke Gouda is so good.
It was real good. We used that on a burger. Oh my god. We didn't even need a whole bunch of like condiments. It's just like meat. You season the meat real well. You smash it on the griddle so you can get like the hard edges, and then you get
See, this is what kind of annoyed me with my time in America. When I was in America for 4 years and I went to the grocery shops, the cheese selection was fucking abysmal.
Oh yeah,
It was like
100%.
bright orange,
Yeah.
like garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you go.
Bullshit
to,
cheese.
though.
Yeah.
yeah. Like
It was in
that's
San Francisco. It was the hipster capital of America.
No,
Yeah, that is
I want
weird,
you to
though.
listen up, friend. The West Coast doesn't have fucking shit for cheese. Fuck you, California and
believe you.
Seattle. You don't know
That's where all the fucking vegans are.
shit. Come to the East Coast and New York City. There's like a billion
yeah.
fucking artisanal delis where people
You
will
gotta-
yell
if
at
you
you
want, like-
all day. They'll
you
reach
want
across
cheese-
the aisle. They'll snatch shit right in front of you and take the last one.
if you want cheese and meat, you gotta like go East Coast because like that's
East
where a
Coast?
lot of the cultures that are really good at that shit congregate.
Well, I mean, like,
You better have an
Yeah, yeah.
Empire State of Mind. That's all I'm saying. You want the good cheese. Go to the Big Apple. No, that wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
Nah, even then, that's still not a good enough reason to go.
I mean, apples and cheese are a classic combination. So
Get the fuck out of here.
Apparently not.
I'm from the South. That is some fucking heresy right there.
Really? You eat apples and cheese together?
No, fuck no.
Okay, just making sure. I mean, I'm
I
also
know people put that shit on fucking apple pie. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yep.
dude, if you've never had,
Oh, I've had it.
okay, no, blueberry pancakes, but shredded sharp cheddar or like some sort of cheese that actually like crisps up. It's actually really good, man.
I had. Oh, what's the cheese they use in like a cheese Danish? What's that? I've had that on pancakes or waffles or one of them before, and that was okay because that's a sweeter.
you know,
Mascarpone,
Whatever.
maybe.
Maybe.
chat brings up a really good point too. The other cheese that I really, really love, and this is only because salt is like pretty much the only thing that I can taste. Fucking feta, man, feta is awesome.
There's a soupy
It's
salt.
like a punch, you know, like.
There's a super salty French cheese.
Really
that,
dry
like,
though.
it's got like a. People,
on it.
people say it attacks you. It's a cheese that fights back, and I'm like, I gotta find out what that is and let Dave know about it.
So here's a really good like thing that I tried out. I put feta cubes on a pepperoni pizza, and it was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, it's good on pizza.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what,
it's good on
guys. You're talking about all these other cheeses. I want to talk about a cheese hybrid, queso blanco, but with spicy salsa mixed into it to turn it into like what's that horrible cheese dish that people put rotilla? You make it in the microwave and then like get it for the game day.
It's like
like rotel dip or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
rotel dip. Yeah.
Rotel, yeah.
Yeah, oh man,
I
queso
had it
blanco combined with the spice,
when I was a poor kid.
incredibly spicy salsa, and then it just gets milded out by the cheese side, and you get a really good. You can just pour it over literally anything.
What's up? Was it?
I'm being attacked for my cheese love here.
They
All right.
they can fuck off.
I just don't know what that is.
You don't know what
What is-
queso blanco is?
What's
I
the
mean,
name of-
you've undoubtedly had it if you've ever had authentic Mexican food. You've had queso blanco.
Yeah,
I live in Canada. We don't have authentic Mexican food here.
I mean, I'm sure they have. Look, man, you
Maybe
can
not
get
where he
authentic
lives.
Vietnamese food in Canada. You can get authentic Mexican food there.
Asians are everywhere. Mexicans tend to stay in America.
He has a fair point.
Like even
You
in
can get
like,
authentic food for any culture and basically anywhere in America and
You've
parts of
You've
Canada.
never had like nachos?
not like good nachos.
What's the name
Right,
of
so
that
imagine the
mozzarella?
yellow cheese or the orange cheese. Replace that with white cheese. That's queso blanco. Just tastes a little bit better.
What's the name of the mozzarella that's like the higher quality? It's got like
This has just become the cheese
Something
podcast
like
now.
buffalo mozzarella, or
no, I can't. It's got an Italian thing after, and I can't remember what it is.
I don't know.
You
Yeah, I
can't
have
get
to-
authentic poutine in Canada? That's not even true, man. I got
He said
poutine at
all
an
of Canada.
airport before.
But he said all of Canada.
Oh.
You can't get authentic poutine.
Jesus,
Alright.
they have
His
Tim
brother
Hortons all
Nelson
over
does.
Canada.
No, like authentic in quotations. You can only get that in Montreal.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
How about them
Montreal.
RPGs?
Is that even
you
really
can get
Canada?
it in Vancouver because apparently there's some like Quebec people that moved out there and opened a legit place. But out here in like Saskatchewan, no, we don't have any we don't have any good Mexican. We don't have any good.
Anything really?
We got some good Thai. We got some okay Indian, but
Man, I've been to several Chinatowns in various cities in Canada that are all lit as fuck.
Yeah, no. that
Y'all
was-
do dim sum in a way that only Philadelphia can match. All right, so you wake up in the morning. Your rooms were not great.
You're starving.
I don't think you're starving. I mean, you guys have food, right?
It was a
You want
cheap
cheese.
food.
You
Yeah.
dream. You all collectively dreamed of
I
cheese.
dream cheese.
Each of your rooms has like a small bathing area, but that's about it. There's a bookshelf. All of them contain military reports and, you know, like military adventure stories and like one romance novel, and that's it.
I'm into that romance novel. What's it about, Arthur?
It's
What's this
called.
fanfic about?
It's called My Time Among the Dragons, and it is about a wizard who traveled to meet all of the various dragons scattered across the world. He never meets any of them, but instead finds basically every city he goes to, he falls in love with a new woman there and has like a 20-year relationship with her, and then moves to the next city in search of the next dragon.
Tragic.
It's not that it's basically like a dude that just goes around and has like, you know, human length romances, but he's an elf wizard, so for him it's basically like a Tuesday.
I love the idea that everyone's sitting on their beds reading, and I'm just sitting there and they're quiet, and there's a clock going. Because I can't read, so you know.
That's
I don't
right.
think I joke.
You do have a bottle of whiskey though.
And then there's an occasional.
I described it as a brownish alcohol liquid, and immediately this man jumps to whiskey.
I mean, come on.
The brand of alcohol is Schrodinger's. Who knows what's in that
What if
bottle?
it
It's
was
whatever you
black
believe.
tea?
in.
Come on, man.
Kraken brand, black whiskey.
Don't worry, I still got this chocolate exotic dark rum right here, buddy. It is
Okay.
as full as it was last time.
This bottle is as big as my fucking head. It's great.
For
I
you,
like that
Finley.
AP keeps the bottle of alcohol right near when we play D&D,
course.
just in case we get too much.
Oh yeah, of
In
course.
case you have to take a swig.
I have a mini fridge full of alcohol back there.
Finley, the romance novel in your bookshelf is called Tusk Love.
Ooh, I like it.
It's about a giant elephant.
It's
No, it's about
it's
a half orc and
throwback
an
to
orc.
earlier.
It has nothing to do with elephants.
It's Tusk missile.
Yeah, it's about a guy named Oscar.
Go on.
No, that's it. That's all I need to describe. You wake up in the morning. You are each left a tray of military rations and a glass of some juice. You're not really sure what fruit went into it. It is way too sugary and not very tasty.
So most juice. Got it.
Yes, battle juice.
Battle
missed
juice.
this.
Battle juice.
Oh my god, I have another business idea, guys.
Of course, if you say it 3 times, you'll summon the god of battle juice.
That might go on. Yeah, I got pad and paper right here. That's going on the bad band name list.
Battle juice.
Here's what it is. Battle juice. You go around to all the farms and you say, I will buy the fruit that you don't want. And then you make just like a big vat of battle juice and you sell it to people.
And then when they get sick and poop their brains out,
they'll be on the battlefield. So
It's totally fine.
oh god.
Battle juice.
That's not the battle juice. That's just the fear.
It sounds like you're pissing off a group of people who are heavily armed and willing to take vengeance at any cost.
Yeah, they'll be.
willing to take vengeance and are really got a shit.
Hey, look, man. Stress sometimes you can stop you up. Battle juice get you going again.
Get you right back in the battle.
Speaking of getting you going again, what is it going to take for you guys to move the storyline along?
All right, Mr. 30-minute detour about fucking cheese.
I didn't know that it was going to take that long. I thought the 5 of us would each just list a type of cheese.
Doesn't know. Okay.
It was actually like 11 minutes.
He starts a conversation with, we are refined gentlemen. Let's talk about cheese. And then all of a sudden, he has a refined conversation about cheese, and he's mad about it.
He opened the bag that said dead pigeon. There was a dead pigeon inside, and he was surprised about that.
I'm only mad because this motherfucker's over here hassling me about it.
Who?
You.
Oh, yeah. Usually it's chat.
All right, so I think the plan is we go on underground adventure now, yeah?
Yep.
So you are taking your cart and your wagon with your horse and your mule and your other mules, and you are traveling the gap between the mountain and the other place, and you're gonna try to get passage to the other side.
So are we taking both carts, or are we just gonna leave one behind?
I think we should just take one.
Yeah, we can give him the cart, and give him the donkeys too. I'm sure they can put those to use. Whatever.
Yeah. Maybe we should take the alpha donkey though. He's pretty cool.
Take the alpha donkey. I thought we had horses.
You have your cart has 1 horse.
2 horses.
2 horses.
We have 2 horses.
Okay.
That's right, because when we fought on the canyon, only one of them died.
Yeah. It was like, remember, we also had that conversation. Like, do we buy 4 horses?
That's true. I recall. All right, so you have 2 horses and then 3 mules.
So I think
we have 2 horses, then we're gonna give up the mule.
You have 3 mules.
Yeah. We'll give up a cart and the mules, Arthur.
Wow. I mean, you're just being super generous with these people. They do the same thing. They're just like, just sign here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. You donate more war material, and everybody, like, soldiers line up to clap for you guys as you come through the area. As you're leaving, like several people salute you.
Don't just diagonal wait to 2 days later when they launch a flaming mule at the orcs.
That's no. Wow. What is it with animal abuse on these streams?
They
Jesus.
died as they lived.
Flaming?
Yeah.
Terribly?
Flying through the air.
They lived flying through the air?
Only when you weren't looking.
They were alive through the air, but they died as soon as they hit the
But I'm
ground.
the GM. I'm always looking. Except when you guys send each other secret messages in the notes section that talk about Patsy Dick.
That's right.
That's a tasty dick, thank you.
How did you know?
Because Atomic sent me a screenshot of it.
Because he was like, I'm left out of the joke. I was like, all right, I'll place it in.
I didn't see it. Show
It's
me
in notes. It's in our notes. Because I can't remember what he said.
I don't remember where the notes are.
You travel in the morning light cross from Fort Cuso to the Mountain Hold. 2 dwarf guards are at the entrance to the cave, and they say, "Halt! What's your business?"
I think this is Agram's.
Yeah.
show here.
We're headed to the. Oh, God damn it! What was it?
It's called
City of 100 somethings.
You're heading to the 100-mile city, the capital of the Sunpath Empire.
Yes, that would be the one.
What is your business?
Weaponsmithing. Just haven't been around my kinfolk in a long time. Just kind of get back in there.
So you're intending to stop on your way through?
I mean, if we come across some arms and armor of, that's within our price range, yeah.
What clan are you with?
Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. All right, this is gonna be weird. I will.
The 2 guards, like, when you say that, one of them just like turns to the other and they pull themselves to their full height and they like straighten their spears out, like, oh
Is this
shit.
full dwarf height?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm max dwarf height. It's at 4'6".
Yeah, you put the slider all the way up.
Yeah, it's slider all the way up. Slider all the way up, beard all the way in.
It was Conan Exile, so you also maximized dong size.
oh man.
Conan Exile.
I was exiled
Fucking
for
legendary.
bad grammar. It's like, well, yeah. That's about right.
That's a good game. That was a
I
good game.
mean, is it though?
It was. It was fun, dude.
Is it?
But
though?
no, I'll all right, so this might require some explanation, but then I'm going to pull up my my like leather sleeve, I guess, and show him my Clan Iron Fury tattoo.
So the first one says Clan Iron Fury, the other one says Clan Iron Fury.
And there's a Ranger tattoo just underneath it.
Wait here.
That's why we're waiting. Be like, oh yeah, right. So Kelly.
Oh,
Just to be clear, one of the guards is still here nearby.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
All right. Just to be clear, you're not alone. So anything you talk about, someone's listening.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So when we did the whole splitting off thing after them 2 died, and you,
I want to remind you, there is a guard listening right now when you're talking about your.
I told him I have to explain some stuff, and he might
Okay.
just think I'm crazy. It's fine.
Yes.
We came through here, and yeah, it turns out all my family, my kinfolk, done died in a heroic last stand. So that.
How heroic are we talking here? Are we talking like?
Oh, I'm sure you'll get to see. It is quite a monument.
Interesting.
Wow.
So why are you so revered?
Well, they massive last stand. They held off a big drow invasion or some such. I didn't get a ton of time to look at the thing, but yeah, they died to the man.
Now the drow are the purple elves, yes.
Yes, those are the weird, the weirder elves that speak that weird language, like the really.
Well, I mean, the only unweird language is Orcish.
No, I
That's a
don't.
matter of opinion.
Yes.
But yeah, so fighting in the Underdark and all that business. Yeah, I was kind of lost for words.
And how long have they been dead?
I don't think I managed. I was in too much of a shock to get a date on when that battle happened to know. Plus, I don't. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure if they end up letting us in,
Yeah, we'll
what's the
find
one
out.
guy? You don't get to see it. I don't know if they've ever seen my tattoo. Big circle. It's like a shield, and it's got it's like 2 crossed. It's like a hammer and an axe, and then like a dwarven, like a stylized dwarven face, in obviously in metal.
On your arm as a tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we probably would have seen it. I mean, there's a good chance of seeing your dong as well, given how long we've traveled together. So
I don't know. You're the only one that's been naked, so, but maybe I don't know. We have shared a room together, so yeah, probably.
I just want to ask, Dave, is it normal for you to just see everybody's private parts when you travel together with people?
To be fair, he's a soldier. I mean, that's a thing that happens.
No, I just mean in real life.
Well, I mean, you know, when you do sports with other men, you generally see their junk in the communal showers. So
There was probably a passing joke about him calling me blue balls or whatever.
What was the
That
nickname?
is so good, actually.
That would be a good one. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you thaumaturgy make out a little big? Oh, sorry.
No,
you can
please
only put
don't.
special effects around it. It's like sparkles
Sparkles.
and glitter.
Googly eyes.
Whip it out on the table and make the world shake.
Whoa. Listen. This ain't that kind of show. Don't whip it out. Keep it right in your pants.
Yeah, we'll leave all that for
Like a baby holding an apple.
APGamingREAL XXX After Dark.
After dark.
Yeah.
The AP stands for adult
Oh,
programming.
no, yeah, it was called AP After Dark, but the dark is in all capital letters. It's my Patreon access only XXX lewd channel.
You don't want to.
No, sorry, that's actually funny for me. I did have a not safe for work channel where people could post lewd images for a while, and I was like, you guys are not gonna be able to handle this. You're gonna abuse it, and then I'm gonna delete it when you get tired of it. And everyone was like, no, we're gonna post lewd images forever. And I was like, it's been a week, no one posted, I'm deleting it.
Yeah.
No one complained.
No one wants to know. Look, here's the thing.
Completely correct.
I did it on mine as well, and the only people that posted stuff were the people that were fucked up.
So
Because
everybody
they-
in my Discord is what you're saying.
They don't give a shit about like their fetishes being described to the entire world, right?
I'm
So
having
that's-
so much trouble pointing at Dave right now. It's really embarrassing.
I not only does my Discord have a not safe for work channel, there's a not safe for work channel that only people that have been around for a very long time are part of, because it's like I know they're not going to get
Oh
offended.
my
by it.
god. All right, look. As you're waiting, the guard comes back and says, we have no record of a lost Iron Fury. But the Prefectorate is willing to hear your plea.
Do you have access to the Ranger records?
I do not.
And then that would be your problem.
We will allow you guarded passage to the Iron Fury Memorial, and the Prefectory will hear your call.
That's fine.
Hey, what's the prophylactic that they're talking about?
Prophylactic.
What the fuck are you?
You just said it. The prophylactic.
What is happening?
What's that?
Prefectory? I mean, that's just like an officer, somebody in charge of this garrison area.
So the
Why didn't they
whole,
just call
all
it
of
a
the Dwarven kingdoms are united underneath the banner of the Belgon Prefectory. So that's like their administrative government is the prefecture.
Like a prefect.
Like,
Perfunctory, got
literally
it.
like a prefect.
Yeah, it's a. So we follow the escort.
Indeed.
Okay. They load
Am
you
I
up.
going to have problems here, Arthur?
Why would you think that you would have problems?
He's
Because I'm
big.
7 foot tall.
For now, you're not going to have problems. Later, maybe, and by maybe I mean almost certainly.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it would depend where, right? Because I mean, dwarves generally build shit like massive, and
That is your idea of dwarves,
I'm
not
saying
mine.
in general, unless you're just going a completely different direction.
That is very probable. I like dwarf fortress dwarves, the kind that get drunk in alcohol spirals, throw tantrums, pull a lever, and suddenly a dragon from the depths is released.
So
Only
Warhammer
3 men
Fantasy
and a
dwarves?
dog survive.
2 cats.
You've obviously never read the Warhammer Fantasy books.
I've read Bronze
So-
Murdered and Boat
So what you're
Murdered.
saying is you're gonna like base the Iron Fury lore off of a playthrough of
Dwarf Fortress? Oh, I already have.
It's part of
There
it.
we
It's
go.
part, there's some Lord of the Rings dwarves thrown in there. Like we've been going over for a little while. Like the language is like the Lord of the Rings dwarves or whatever. I think the Elvish stuff is too, right? Remember right?
I mean,
just
go
for the
back.
sake of writing it out. Anyway,
I mean, I try not to pull too much of anything from any one location,
Well,
but yeah.
I thought
it's
the
just-
elves were like.
just the
The elves were like
characters.
TV magicians.
That's just Gleemo.
Okay.
Gleemo and
Hey.
Aardvark, neither of whom who were elves.
Well, we met what's his face half elven, and then
I mean, he's a
Silverblade.
druid and he's not fully
Acheron
elven.
Silverblade was his name.
Edgelord McEdgelordson.
It's gonna need less edge on that. Anyway,
Doves.
fucking no.
Boat Murdered was way better than Bronze Murdered.
I mean, Boat Murdered is a good read, but Bronze Murdered is fully illustrated and also very good. It is it is not a funny story. It is a grim and dark one. So, speaking of comics, you arrive after several hours at the Iron Fury Memorial. All of you do not read Dwarven, correct? None of you have any Dwarven knowledge? Then it is going to be a very awkward conversation as everyone around you is a dwarf, is speaking Dwarven, and everything is written in Dwarven. But it's a very novel journey for you all. So you all are loaded up on like 20 by 20 foot platform made of stone that's traveling on like gilded rails, and you can hear the hiss of steam as it's just being like pulled along by a steam engine. Yeah, it's fucking wild. You've never seen anything like this. This is some high-end technology shit.
I mean, I'll try and translate like the major events. I'm not gonna give everything.
All right,
Plus,
yeah, I mean, like you translate the
right?
statue that says, "Here lies the last of the Iron Fury, Daedric, who held the gate, and Balak, son of Daedric."
and the
Probably
rest of it was
recognize
just
the symbol from his tattoo. But
well, but
Yeah.
there was a big murals and stuff too, like carved into. The
Oh, there's
thing.
murals everywhere, man.
Yeah.
It's Dwarf
So, I mean, you
Fortress.
can get an idea.
There's lots of pictures
So-
of elephants and bananas and rings
So
with
there
spikes.
is a salt mine in Poland.
It's like 16 kilometers down or some shit.
It's 16 kilometers down. I've been there, and in it is like incredible. Like they have an entire church sculpted out of salt inside of this place. So the first thing that comes to mind, Arthur, when you're talking about this, is probably something like that. I'll see if I can pull up some pictures of it or
Okay.
something.
But it is a tunnel carved straight through the mountain, heading due east. Exactly. As you
Granite
pull to
Emerson.
this way station where they're loading more water in, you all are just standing in this ornately carved chamber. The ceiling is quite high, perhaps not high enough for the rest of you, but it is much higher than dwarf height has been so far. There are tunnels that go to the south. That appear to lead towards the Dwarven holds in the area, the Dwarven Clane holds, whatever district there is. And to the north is the last battle of the Iron Fury. Do you take your friends there so that the wizards can show you their light show, where all of the
sure,
ghosts of
'cause
the Iron Fury play
I wanna
out their
see what
last battle?
Daka's gonna do.
So Daka, there's like a fully animated illusion done by two wizards that talk through the battle, and then like you see the illusory dwarves like striking down a half dozen drow and some spiders, and it's fully sound affected as well. So there's like like every swing of the hammer, there's an arcing noise. Every hit is like deep bass noises.
I don't understand any of the narration, so I just make all the sound effects really loud.
You're thaumaturging them up.
Jesus Christ, they're already dwarves. That's gonna be like this.
When you
drums.
so when you do
It's
that,
just like a real battle now.
one of the dwarven apprentices comes over and says, have you done? Common?
Yes.
Please do
Yeah,
not
common.
interfere with show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Turn everything down a lot.
Thank you.
But
No,
down
don't,
further.
no magic. We do this for you to learn.
You're speaking in a. I understand you. I don't understand that narration. I don't understand.
Opera.
either.
Watch. Just watch.
Battles are all the same, Daka. It's a universal language. It's the only universal language.
Yeah, fighting in a
Suddenly,
basement.
Kelly has become a Metal Gear Solid character.
Yep, everything.
You can
Kelly
only
shot
find
down.
romance on the battlefield. Hand-to-hand combat is the universal language by which everyone can come to know each other.
Groceries also on the battlefield. Car payments to the battlefield.
What?
Everything's on the battlefield, man. That's the way
Men who throw swords are not welcome on the battlefield.
All right.
I see QC you looking at me.
Right.
I'll just let it go then, I guess. But Daka hasn't been in like battles.
You've never been in. He's never
I
been
mean,
in, like a large
from what you can
scale,
see
like-
here, battles are awesome and super gothic.
Cool.
It's nothing like your experience in combat so far.
So only
You've never felled 7 drow in a single swipe of your warhammer.
only Agrim and Kelly have been in like Lord of the Rings, two armies smashing into each other kind of things, right?
We haven't learned a lot about Fingley's backstory.
Well, yeah.
Don't worry, I'll force him into it once I'm done making Agrum barf up all of his
That's right.
backstory.
The only thing about this place is it's making Daka weirdly comfortable. Like there's a sense of home here. It's very dark and rocky.
So after the performance ends with several upset dwarves, a dwarf comes over wearing like a hood with kind of cultish robes. They're fully black with gold trimming and have a dwarven rune on the front of them and like a clan sigil that you don't recognize. The man throws back, says, "I am Kilman Shallow-Ore. You are in my district. I welcome you in the
Is
name
this
of the
common
Iron
or
Fury."
is this dwarvish?
This is in common.
Okay, Kelly.
Welcome, Kelly. You are Agrim Iron Fury.
Yes, that's correct. There's a complicated story with that. I'll be happy to explain.
It is not necessary to explain. Your story has been related to the Spirit Stone of the Iron Fury Elders, and they have agreed to accept you as a member of their clan. You are now the last of the Iron Fury. If you wish, we will open the passage and close it behind you.
That would be great. Thanks. Well, that was unexpected. This is unexpected, rather.
Congratulations, I guess.
I mean,
You bear the weight
Yeah.
of an entire clan on your shoulders. I will expect your
Take it.
taxes within the next decade.
yeah.
Technically, you're the elder as well.
Indeed.
I'm also the best and the worst. Anyway,
Is there a chicken dinner around here somewhere?
We do not grow
question-
chickens.
I have a question.
Yes.
If he is the elder of such a revered clan, perhaps there would be those willing to carry on his legacy.
That is up for him to decide.
are you trying to get me laid?
Of course.
That is an issue entirely for you to resolve.
Don't.
If
He's.
you require any resources on behalf of the outer district, please contact my office.
I need passing through. We're headed to the city.
You do not wish to reclaim your homeland.
I do. I was points out to the Gloomstalker, the Underdark Rangers, as part of the whole. I'm sure that Stone probably told you the whole thing. Are they still around? I mean, obviously, if all my family got wiped out, I mean, the other guys down there probably didn't fare well either.
There are ranger conclaves that travel above and below the stone. Some that still go out and range, patrol, keep what is below from coming above. Others travel along the mountains and with the hill dwarves, taming the griffins and hippogriffs, taming the storms.
Right. I'll have to try and maybe the city might have some records.
I believe that your time as a ranger is far beyond you.
Oh well,
It would
yeah,
be unseemly for a clan ranger to associate with an elder.
just thinking, it's like, is this motherfucker calling me old?
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell he's not happy about any of this. He's like pissed to be out here having this conversation.
Yeah, well. All right, well, I guess we best get a move on. Appreciate the help.
I will note your reluctance to regain your clan hold in my records.
Oh, I'm coming back for that.
I'm sure.
I simply have some business to conduct with my battle brothers here regarding a very specific matter of great importance. I gave him a blood oath. You understand, I'm sure.
You gave a blood oath to Clan Iron Fury as well. I can see.
Yeah, well, as you know,
Just
it's a little
so
bit
far
more
your
complicated
words.
than that. So,
To choose any group over the family,
well,
you are going to be an interesting one to corral.
if you had more than 10 minutes here to listen to my little story, maybe you'd understand a little bit better instead of being bitter about it. As I said, it's more complicated than you can possibly imagine. I'm sure if there's a wizard of great import around here, I could explain it to him, and he would be more than willing to
Yeah,
break it down.
make
to a
a gosh, I don't know whether this is persuasion or intimidation. How do you want to play it?
I mean, I'm not really trying to intimidate the guy.
All
He's
right.
I just think he's being a dick.
Yeah, no, that's true.
All right,
10 minutes to talk without a drink is too long for a dwarf. They invent the beer helmet just so that they can have continual sips.
Dwarven beard helmet. It's got like it's steam powered. It's a whole thing. Fuck, this isn't gonna go well.
You're going to be a great clan elder, Agrim. I can't wait until 100 years from now when you've cross-classed into so many classes to pick up all the proficiency you need.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm gonna live that long too, motherfucker. I'm not even middle age. He's like the equivalent of in his early 30s. All right, this is probably not gonna go well. Oh, I'll take it. It's better than I was expecting.
Yeah, better than the rest of the night.
I have a -1 in charisma.
So he snaps his fingers, and as he does, a stone chair begins to form around him. So he's sitting down at the same time. The chair comes up to meet him, and he says, I will listen to your tale.
All right. Well, I mean, given the dwarves are long age and, want to go on, I will start from the beginning. Explain, how we woke up in the mountain, how, the wizard, how we found out, obviously all four of us, I'll show him at some point, I'll show him the tattoo and I'll grab Finley and show him his tattoo. Explain the whole Flimia thing, whatever. Then one, Kelly died for the first time, how we woke up in the mountain again, and repeat ad nauseum and just go through literally every timeline. I mean, as long as he's willing to sit there and listen to me until we have arrived here.
You're telling him everything that happened.
I'll tell him I'll skip like Docodine to the succubus and that sort of stuff. But the major
Tell
plot
him where
points-
you left the dwarven bodies out under the sun and were dishonored in the eyes of the clan.
Fuck no.
Okay, just
I'm
making
not
sure.
stupid.
Debatable.
I've got a 12 in intelligence.
This is the 19th episode of this show, so
Yeah.
you
Look,
guys
there's
have
a
made
lot-
some decisions.
There's a lot of stuff.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
remember when we opened that calamity? Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. I remember that.
remember when you let an incubus out into the world and then didn't give a fuck?
That's right.
Yeah, we have no idea of knowing if that thing is still fucking in there or not. I mean, once
All
you
right.
introduce time travel, it gets weird.
So he just listens. He seems to be as still as the stone he sits on. So he stands up, and as he does, he snaps his fingers again, and the stone, like water, pours back down into the ground. He says, "Your story is an interesting one, fraught with madness."
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I I had a good thing going, you know, the whole military thing, and then this whole business has happened, and there's a war going on now. I mean, you're probably aware of it. It's just hard to travel, and for us, it's only been like what? No time at all.
Oh, Agram, well, what if you ask him about something that he can tell you now in case we come through again?
Like we did with Sir, what's his stand on a
Like
rock?
we did with the rock guy, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Just okay. So
The rock guy.
well, I would told him Rory. I would probably have told him he's like
I got like 3 pieces of art made for him.
Yeah. No, this is Agram saying the rock guy. I mean, he doesn't give a shit what his name is. Is there something not obviously critically important, just something that you know that I say if I find myself here again, because I know this is a lot to take in.
Allow me to be clear, Elder. I am under no compunction to aid you in the future.
That's
if
fine.
you live in these different timelines, as you say, then you must pass the test of the Elders of the Iron Fury each time if you wish to gain my attention. I will consult with the histories of the Gloomstalkers and see if we can find records of you within them. And when you return, if you return, we will speak again.
All right, sounds good. That's a First Sergeant Agram Iron Fury.
Understood. Elder Iron Fury, I wish to remind you one more time that you have 1 decade to get your clan finances in order, as you are behind on your taxes by 83 years.
Yeah.
How much does he owe?
So he turns and looks at your cart, and then turns and looks back to you and says, far more than you can pay.
Well, like 5,000 gold pieces?
If I remember right, since it's a clan thing, because everybody else is now unfortunately dead, I'm responsible for all of the clan holdings, taxes, property taxes, all that stuff.
More importantly, it is your sacred duty as the Elder to seek out the Book of Grudges and to continue the quest laid therein.
Oh, the Book of Grudges. Oh, man.
That sounds cool. What's that?
Essentially, every time one of us gets, one of the clan members or whatever gets slighted or insulted or offended by something, write it down, and it stays in the book until it gets righted, whether that be through compensation or blood or marriage, whatever. It's complicated, but yeah, no, it's essentially just a book. Everybody's just pissed us off.
The book needs to be updated for the death of every Iron Fury, excepting yourself.
Yeah,
And then those lives must be paid for.
So how do you guys
wish
feel
you
about
luck,
genocide?
Elder.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. Spirits be with us all.
I'll just point to the theatrical display and just like, didn't you kill them all?
There's always more of those little fuckers.
That was merely the last of their first army. We have blocked off that passageway. The Iron Furies bought us the time we needed to do that. And as I said, I would offer to unblock the passageway over the next few days so that you might recover your clanhold. But certainly that is not the last Drow army that has attacked us over the last 83 years.
Well, as you can imagine, it's going to take me some time to get the resources in order to take. We got 4 people here, not an entire
It
clan.
sounds like an adventuring party to me.
Well, it's and he can't see in the dark. Just point to Phil.
He's like looking from on the wall.
He's looking at him.
All right. Well, I'll get out of your hair there, prefect.
Did.
I am District Commander Kilman Shallow Ore, not Prefect.
Okay.
I am the representative of the Prefectory here.
Okay.
One of those stones get lodged up there when you sat down?
No, don't. Things have changed since I was last here. It used to be. Wait, back in my day, they used to be prefects. So I apologize for not getting your title correct.
He just turns and walks away.
That's fine.
That dude's a dick.
Yeah, well,
Agreed.
then my whole race is a bunch of dicks. All right, let's get a move on.
Even the women have penises in your race. Yes.
Are they
No.
hyenas?
I said, no, what the fuck have you been reading? Oh, wait, you can't read. Never mind.
I'm agreeing with you. What's the problem?
Flashback to Kelly in his romance novel. He's like reading it upside down, trying to make sense of the pictures.
You told me there would be pictures. In there.
Color by numbers. All right, so he's letting us through.
A color by numbers romance novel?
No, just like a
Jesus
children's
Christ.
coloring book. What the fuck? No.
I love the idea that it's colored by numbers, and I'm just like, I still don't get it.
What are numbers?
All right. You guys go on a multi-day, 3-day travel underneath the earth, moving at, walking escalator pace as you're pulled along. You guys got food and water to cover all that?
How many days?
3 days. Four of you.
Yeah, I've got 10 days worth of rations. I think all of us should.
I mean, we've been, as far as I'm aware, we haven't spent a single night. I mean, I guess it's like a couple.
You mean
of
out in the
days.
wild? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because we drove.
I would assume we would have like stocked up in Kuso.
Well, we stopped. I mean, because
I
everybody.
mean, you didn't stock up in Kuso, but
What I'm saying is,
No.
everybody starts with 10 days worth
Yes.
from all the packs. We've traveled.
I just want to make sure that you are keeping track of that now, because there's no
Yeah.
place to like stop and eat along the way.
Yeah,
I'm not keeping track of it. I have
Well, we haven't. We've got because when we had like whatever. No, we should be fine. We haven't done 10 days worth of traveling, so.
Well, it sounds like you have 7 days worth of rations remaining.
God, it is turning into stars though. Number.
Don't even talk to me
wants
about
me to
that
pay
shit.
taxes. Wants me to worry about my rations.
You're the one that was like, "Look, I'm an Iron Fury. They're all dead, but
What are we
I'm
gonna do? We're gonna
here."
lie to the man.
No, it's just
Well,
it's fine. I
wouldn't
just
let
spent
us
6
through
hours
without it,
prepping
would?
for the retaking of the Iron Fury, and you're like, "No, don't worry. We got to go to the."
Well, I
To
can't
do
expect
the-
four dudes to take on. I mean, they know.
I mean, my sword is pretty cool, dude. I don't know.
You reach the far side, and as the mountain opens up, you are at the mouth of a river that runs along a desert. So the river looks like here, it's not super wide, but it's a delta. Like dozens of rivers from the mountain behind you are running down and combining with it. There is life at the edge of the river. It looks like it goes about 12 feet away,
Like the Nile.
like the Nile. And all through the center of the river, there's an open area. And along the southern bank, there is rice everywhere. Also along the southern bank, there is a road right on the soil. And along that road, you see, stretching far into the distance as far as the river goes and beyond, a city that is exactly 12 feet wide.
Whoa.
It's just buildings that stretch on towards the horizon. People in shallow boats moving through the rice fields, sailing up and down the river in either direction. Someone in a raft moves out your way and says, "Oh, hey, you speak Eastal? Common?
What's that?
Common?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. You wait here, okay?
Yeah,
You find
sure.
somebody." So a few minutes later, while you're
Why do
waiting,
we always get stopped at every single town?
I don't know.
you're like, why do we
We've
get
got
checked
signs
at
on the
customs
backs,
every
something.
time we go to a new country?
Yeah.
A man shows up wearing, even though it's the burning heat of the desert, he's wearing a metallic armor, like plate mail, but instead of a helm, he's got like a lizard skull for a helm. It looks super badass. And he
That's
says,
super badass.
"Thank you.
I like your helmet.
Thanks. I
Is
like
that
your
a real
armor."
lizard or? Thank you. Yes, I There's nothing to it. I bought it, but yours looks like you earned it.
I stabbed the giant lizard in the tail. We call them dire Scorpios. They have horrifying poison in both their tail and their mouths.
What race is this guy?
I mean, he appears to be human, but he could be orcish. It's hard to tell because again, he's wearing full armor and has
it's
skull
fine.
face.
How big is he? Like, I mean, build
Oh,
wise?
I mean, like 6'1".
Okay, so he's not, but
I'll stretch my arm out in like a, soldier's sort of
He'll match it.
whatever. Yeah, and it's like, would you like to take your helmet off so I could see your face?
Yeah, he'll take it off.
What race is he?
He's half orc.
Yeah, it's like, I was thinking it might be one of us. What say you, brother? How is the fighting out this way?
The fighting is continuous. Everywhere. Have you come to join one of the schools? Or perhaps you've come to take care of the raiders? If you're adventurers, one of the lords is looking for someone to travel to the north, deal with a group of Scorpios. There's also rumors that the great sand beetle is moving again in the desert.
what's this lord's name? We'll make sure to try and speak with him if we get the opportunity.
The name is Tong Sang Wei.
You can type that in chat for me.
Yep.
You said that there was more fighting. Is there a war going on?
So he looks around and says, there is no war in the 100-mile city, but there is always fighting. Raiders try to take our food. Of course, all of the schools train constantly.
When you say schools, you mean like martial schools?
Indeed.
What do you mean?
Have you
that
never
of the
traveled to the Sunpath Empire?
Cannot say I have.
So he puts his skull helmet back on for a second and says, you will find few among us that practice in the arcane arts. Wizardry is sorcery. Witchcraft are not well thought of here. Many choose the path of the paladin or the monk, focusing inner bodily power. Clerics, such, are highly regarded, and druids are sought after. Any that walk a peaceful path are accepted into our fold. Everyone has a place in the Sunpath Empire. Which brings me to the next point. You will need to wear these armbands when you travel among us. They will allow you to receive 3 meals a day wherever you go.
Oh, well, they clearly denote us from the regulars. Is there a
That is
reason
true.
for such these things?
You are visitors here. You will be able to get food from any location throughout the Empire. Free of charge.
Is there any other reason to denote us as visitors?
There are many castes and principles among us, and many artisans. Denoting
Can I
you
do an
as
insight check?
outsiders. Oh yeah, sure.
Because I want to know if there's like some sort of like
In sinister purpose.
He's getting some like Gestapo level vibes. I'm getting what I'm putting.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's all well and good to get like 3 meals a day, but what are they grifting from us? You know,
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to have to sew anything onto my clothing.
yeah, okay.
It's hard to tell. I mean, with the skull on, you don't know anything about these people. So he just says, visitors are well regarded. It is commanded that we treat them as if they were higher than our own. You may
I see.
sleep at any inn, eat at any stall.
Oh, it's also worth noting then that I am a war cleric of Guzengoth.
If you seek matches against the monks or other clerics, you will find many along the path if you wish to reach the far end of the city.
What's at the far end of the city?
The water continues out to Tall Weave. The city stretches for over 100 miles, though. We do have several rules we must ask you to follow.
Okay.
Do not draw your weapon in anger. Use no arcane magic. And do not disturb the rice.
What happens if we disturb the rice?
The penalty for disturbing the rice is death.
Don't touch don't touch people's rice. Just don't.
If you need to travel, have a guide take you wherever you need to go. They will prevent you from straying from any paths.
Let me ask you this. You specifically mentioned drawing weapons. Does that include raising a fist to a man?
In anger.
So I can...
There are
raise
many
my sword.
among the Sunpath Empire who would call their fist weapons, indeed.
What about, I mean, not saying, not, you know, other foreigners, you know, people are weird. Humans, self-defense. Is that respected?
Indeed.
Someone strikes you first?
Yes.
Okay, just checking, because, you know.
You will find few who would attack you here that are
just
not
in
among
case.
the lizard folk.
I've just got to cover my bases just so I know. Don't want to get in trouble. Don't want to break any laws.
So,
Patient.
You indicated some interest in the quest given by Lord Tong Sang-wei.
Yes, we have some martial prowess amongst us to.
It would seem so, if you travel with the cleric of Guzan Guz.
Oh yes.
man, that one level is paying off so much, guys.
Yeah, hey, man. Look, we'll take it. Yeah, we you know, we could always use coin and always up for a good, worthy, you know, fight. So yeah, we'll we got.
If you are looking for coin, there will be few that you can find here, but commiserate goods we will be able to give to you.
Oh, I mean, that's what we're simply travelers looking for, making our way, performing tasks as we go. So
I see. If you tell any ferryman that you wish to see Tong Sang-wei, they will take you there.
Noted. Is there a I assume with many martial types, you have obviously probably very many smiths among you. Is there a grand marketplace of sorts? Where would that be
All
located?
of the 100-mile city is
a market.
a
Okay.
marketplace.
That's good to know.
If you wish to purchase our goods, you will need to convert your money into something more usable.
Right. So okay, that's duly noted.
Is it rice?
I apologize, you must not know much about the Empire. Everything is provided for all citizens according to their needs and their abilities. Money is strictly a thing that the government uses in order to establish trade with other nations.
You mentioned something about a giant beetle. I know the little
There
one here
is.
loves insects.
There is a giant sand beetle that is
That is
rumored to
true.
be awakening in the northern part of the desert. Some say that it carries around it a great storm of lightning and sand, blocking passage to the elven nation to the north. There are many rumors about it that you might find along your way. I am sure that adventurers of your caliber would be able to strike it down with some challenge, and should you do so, you would be rewarded well for your efforts. Martial prowess and achievements are looked on well among the Empire, in a way that other nations cannot match.
Would I know any, I mean, being the Dwarven lands being so close, tales of, I mean...
did you pay a lot of attention to some Pathian Empire stuff back in the day when you were in the super Underdark?
Well, I'm just like, because soldiers have a lot of downtime, so it's like maybe read stories, maybe not necessarily like academic.
Make a
but-
history check.
Right.
Can't wait for you to puke up your guts.
Yeah, I really hope I'm not going to vomit on this, man.
Just gonna vomit on the half-orc.
Vomit on the rice.
You do not vomit.
Okay.
You have some vague recollections of the Sunpath Empire's
Soldier stories, maybe.
So, a very large number of Sunpathian Empire people kind of join monasteries. Like, they have a unusually large number of monks because, you know, there's not enough iron. The dwarves won't sell them what they need in order to make weapons. And even if they could carry weapons, it's a desert, so it's all super fucking hot. So they become warriors who fight without weapons and armor. A huge amount of the populace, like way more than any other country, becomes monks. And they all travel up and down the river and fight each other and like learn different moves. They all try to copy each other, prove which of their schools is better. And then there uses like rapid defense forces against raiding lizard folk. That's what you've heard in the past. Whether that's still true now or not.
Are the raiders? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, it's so much cooler than you think. It's lizard folk riding giant lizards.
Ah, dude.
It's like oh god, what were those guys in Clash?
It's like geckos running across the desert at high speed, with dudes on their back throwing spears, just going ah.
I mean, yeah,
they're long lizardy tongues coming out of their mouth. Yeah,
they got like the big webbed so they can go on the sand.
You know, they're not staminas. They're all sprinters. So those lizards just pop in real fast and pop
those
out.
Those lizards that haul ass. Those things are hilarious.
Do that thing where they put their chest up, but they keep their hands right along the ground or water really quick.
Yeah, no.
Can't wait till my end.
Like lizard races.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, of course they keep tiny lizards as pets. You know,
they're everywhere. Why would you not?
Throw geckos at someone.
Look, man, the desert is the best place to be when you're a reptile.
Attack gecko. I don't have any more questions.
So he hands you guys your 4 armbands. When you place them on, they size to fit you. They like
Nice.
to comfortably fit you.
Is it magical?
Oh, 100%, definitely. Like that's not natural. That shit doesn't happen.
Yeah, only magic items resize themselves, if I remember right. So you're too.
I'm just trying to think if
I don't know. You ever seen a Chinese finger trap?
Arthur, I
There's magic in that.
I definitely have 3 magical items on right now.
This is not a. Sorry, they're only. What do you call it?
The limit's on attuned items.
Attuned. Yeah, the limit is on attuned items, not on carried items. I mean, you could carry like 15 daggers of venom and you wouldn't have any problems. I mean, you could carry like 100 million attuned possible items. The only problem is when you attuned them. Right? You could have a flaming longsword, but if you're not attuned to it, no problem. You just won't be able to turn on the flaming part. It'll still be magical. You can still throw it at people.
I'm gonna lose this anyway. Fuck it. I don't have any more questions or information.
Yeah, I mean, he's informed you of your rights, and welcome to the Sunpath Empire.
The world's biggest bazaar.
That's a city that's 100 miles long, 12 feet wide.
I've been to flea markets that feel like 100 miles long. Jesus.
Do they have spices and shit in this bitch?
Listen, man. You know how when people tell stories like Marco Polo style, they're like, oh, look at all these great silks and dyes and spices that I got from that place that's far away at the other end? You're at the other end of the trade route now.
Let me tell you what, kids. Here's a life pro tip. You ever start messing with time travel? Gunpowder. Bring that back.
There's no gunpowder here.
No, not here. I'm just saying in general.
I mean, you can see as you're waiting, you know, getting this talk, there are several things that they lack here: salt, iron, just basic materials. Everybody's house is made out of like wood.
Probably what's that? Stucco type.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
they don't even use that. They just straight up use wood.
That's what I was looking for.
The only stone that you see is in the road path that travels along the southern bank.
Yeah,
it seems to be deep set and very well taken care of. Like sometimes sand blows onto the path, and people that are running their shops just run out there with a broom. And
well, when your city is entirely based upon the literal lifeline of a road because it's 100 miles long, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'll steer clear of the rice, and I mean.
So what's the plan? Are you guys going to walk along the road, or are you going to catch a ride?
Well, I mean, what about we got a cart and the horses, and
Yeah,
I mean,
they have big enough
so might as well-
platforms to raft you down.
If they got big enough platforms to take us into the city or
Okay.
Sloat or whatever, I'm all for it.
You signal to someone. After a few minutes, they send out a very large raft to accommodate the four of you in your wagon. But it doesn't seem like this is unusual, right? Like, you know that trade caravans go in both directions. Jury's gonna be here in a couple days.
Yeah, how wide is this river?
So it varies. At this point, where it's by the closest area, it's maybe a few dozen feet wide. But as your ferryman is talking to you, he indicates that once all of the delta collides, the river can go as wide as several miles.
Oh, Christ. Okay, yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's as soon as he said that they have ferries for car ferries, essentially.
Yeah.
They do this in like some of the Eastern European countries. They'll just do like wood car ferries with rope. You put 10 cars on it and pull across. So that's what I'm thinking.
So I mean, this isn't even rope. They're just using the force of the river to carry you along. And so he's chatting along. He occasionally breaks out into Eastal, which seems to be like a pidgin language of like common orc, dwarven, and halfling.
So I only don't understand the halfling part.
I mean, the thing about pidgin language is it's like a mishmash of nonsense.
I know it's kind of like
even if you know what the words mean, right? They don't mean the same thing in the new language.
Yeah, no. I think undercommon's like that, right?
So he's just like, where do you want to go? There are several places we can take you, and if you have money, there are things you can find. Don't tell any of the guards, but there is a black market here. If you have money, anything you need can be found for you, my friends.
You shoot as wares if you have coin. Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Why don't we go there first? Yeah.
We need to convert some. He said something about converting gold and such into currency.
You wish to get currency here? No, your gold is good at any black market.
Well, that Joe. We also need lodgings, perhaps, and maybe to browse some wares.
You wear the armband of the white. Any inn will accept you this night.
Gotcha. Forgot about this. This is all new to us.
With free food.
Indeed, my friends. Indeed.
We'll keep a open mind.
What do you guys actually want to do, though? Like, what do you want to do? This is out of character, by the way.
I mean, I want to talk. I mean, this noble might have some stuff. I mean, this is new land for all of us, I think. So I'm down for, we've spent literally 18 sessions dicking around in the same two continents. So now we're doing something different.
No, it's the same one continent.
Well,
but
you know what I mean? It's the other side of the like.
You've traveled you've traveled in this session farther than you have throughout all of the other sessions.
That's my point. We've been the same area. This is like our first major load screen. You know what you get what I'm saying.
Horizon Zero Dawn style. You're just looking around. You're like, whoa, shit.
Yeah. It's all new. So
there's a snow area.
You could go everywhere that you could see. Oh my god.
I'm all for talking to this nobleman whenever we get a chance. Because if he's looking for a few good men to go kill some shit or whatever, I'm all for doing that. We can browse some markets while we're at it. It's a whole new world.
Well, I mean, I'm game to do whatever, but Finley, where do you want to go?
I mean, kind of like Abram said, continuing to kind of figure out this sort of new area. What was the thing about the bug up north?
There's a giant beetle that needs killing.
We need to kill that to get to the north.
The nobleman needs some raiders killed. I mean, that's a good end. Getting good with a nobleman, prove our worth. Maybe that's true. I mean, it generally seems to be how it goes. Meet a guy, kill some stuff, get more, work or whatever.
Arthur, how do you feel about a save point right before we go to Fort Crusoe? With the
is this which time? This time?
Yeah,
sure.
So we have the cart of stuff before we go to Fort Crusoe.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Because I feel like there's a couple of different things we could do there. Like if we wanted to say
stay and fight, or like get better deal on the laden of goods, or
maybe wait for the salt to come through and
pick it up there.
pick it up there. Like I feel like there's a couple of things we can do.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's you bring some very good points. Like even just the fighting, because we didn't get to see any of it when you stayed because they waited for whatever. Like you said, they didn't attack immediately. Yeah.
So I think that's a. I'm pretty comfortable with the save point in there, but yeah, that's just. I don't know, because we have one like before we came into Bondarak. Oh, just
after Bondarak.
After Bondarak. And now we have one before we get into Fort Kuso. So I feel like those are pretty good points, yeah.
Yeah, no, just all good points. So, unless anybody else has any other input on that, but I agree with them.
Shall we call it a session then, while you guys figure out what you want to do in character?
Yeah, I mean that's not.
We have a whole week to plan.
Give Dave some reprieve.
Yeah, give Dave some reprieve. Well,
applause for Dave carrying on, even though he feels like shit.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people would just be like, "Oh, I don't want to show up." Dave's like, "No, fuck it. I love this game. Fuck my health. I'm gonna show up to the thing." So yeah.
Well, I mean, I got sick days, so I got time to rest. But I know that Brian, you're going to be off for a bit of time too. So I figured.
Oh, that's right.
It's only like 2 days, right? 2 weeks at different times. It's not like
there's a week in between, right?
Yeah.
So
it's fine. It's fine. Look, I have great news. You guys got a huge pile of 300 XP this session.
I had I'm thinking about a question for you. At some point while could I figure out what time that battle happens? I'm trying to get a frame of reference between. I mean, obviously they were alive when I left, or
83 years ago is what everyone has continuously told you.
Okay.
It's hard to remember in between excerpts of Tusk Love that keep coming back to you.
Lusty Draconian mid. So that makes me.
Isn't it Argonian?
Yeah, but in this timeline, in this universe, it's Draconian because.
Your face is Draconian.
Fair. I wish then I'd have a nice chiseled jawline, probably.
Oh my god. All right. Let's do some outros. I mean, look, I want to point out we got through this whole show without spamming any shitty memes.
You opened your fucking mouth and you have no one to blame but yourself. Twitch Prime, motherfuckers.
I mean, Drumurboy, let's cut to you, brother.
Have you ever heard of Twitch Prime?
I haven't. Tell me more about it.
Twitch Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, you can connect your Twitch account and you get one free sub a month, which you should use here on APGamingREAL. You also get emotes.
That's true.
And Discord access? Is it a sub-only Discord? Or is it
no, anybody can Discord anytime.
There you go. Just come to the Discord then. Cool.
There's
Drumurboy.
a sub-only channel, I think. The meetings and stuff.
There's a Patreon Twitch sub-only channel where you can learn more about me and my plans for the future. This world is mine for the taking. Make me king as we move toward a new world order. A normal life is boring, but anime is close to postmortem.
I was about to ask if you needed a Minister of War, but then you lost me with the anime thing.
No, I'm good. I'm a game master. I know how to war pretty good. Oh shit, actually my job is to lose every week. Fuck.
That's right.
It depends on the,
So speaking of someone who wins battles, Drumurboy, what do you do when you're not chilling for me? Which is like 99.9% of the time.
I make music stuff and then sound stuff. And I just had a new thing come out on nerderdie.com. If you're a streamer and you want some robotic voice alerts, they're $5. You can go get them. And there's a new update with new free shit. So it's bigger than before.
Yeah, I'm using your Predator pack for alerts. It went off a couple of times tonight.
I use the uplink one, I believe is the name of it, and it's real nice. I like it.
I mean, these stream panels right here from Nerd or Die fucking just went wild. Bought a shit ton of stuff from Nerd or Die.
The flaming transitions.
Oh yeah, the flaming transitions from the Crusader pack. I think it looks good, man. It's got that little flame at the end that leaves right over my face.
There you go.
I feel so gleamo-y.
Website nerdordie.com. And if you want to listen to music, Spotify. Just type Drumurboy into Spotify and you'll get all the music that I've released on there up till now. It's like 40 tracks or something. Or it might be 60.
When are you collaborating with Eminem?
There's a deal happening with Smarties. Canadian Smarties are also chocolate. They're kind of like M&Ms. They're just a little bit more polite.
I went the rapper Eminem.
I
All right,
love
I'll take
Smarties.
it. I'll take it.
I know, but I don't have any plans. Like, it's like when are you collaborating with George R.R. Martin?
Look, man, I keep trying to collaborate with him, but he keeps telling me next year it'll be done. Next year it'll be done.
I give them new characters, and then the next day they're dead.
Oh my god, could you imagine George R. R. Martin playing a role-playing game?
Imagine him playing this game. This would be the perfect game for him.
You walk into town.
All right, Arthur, I need you to tell me about this feast. Can you describe his dick in a 2-page long detail?
Wait, did they actually do that?
You've never read Game of Thrones, I bet.
If I remember right, there's literally what they're talking. It's somebody's genitals. It's like 2 or 3 paragraphs talking about this dude's wang. It's Jesus Christ. It's something like that. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
They're literally just like, let me describe what's at this feast. It's the whole
There's several
chapter.
veins glistening on his member.
Oh my god!
mean,
No,
swinging
Drumurboy,
in
you
the
got
dawn.
anything else going for us? We're gonna.
Glistening veins on my member.
Oh my god, y'all! Oh my god, Twitch. This is their fault. They all have Twitch channels. You can ban them.
If you want to be a glistening member to APGamingREAL, subscribe us.
There you go. Twitch Prime. Become a glistening member. That's what your community's called.
Glistening members.
Henley, let's do your
write that down on the
outro.
band name list, dude. Glistening members. There you go.
Nah, I got Battle Juice. That'll keep me busy for a while.
Hey everyone, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully my I don't know, sultry tones kept you entertained, because it was a bit of a struggle this week, I'm not gonna lie. I know I said I wouldn't talk a lot during the episode, but goddamn, it just kind of like swished me into these situations. So my face literally, like right here, you might have seen me like poking it all the time. It actually hurts because I've been coughing so much, but
It's just sinuses or allergies.
I don't know. It's like an infected sinus or something like that. It's real annoying. But yeah, apparently Arthur's starting a Cyberpunk game.
Working
Fuck,
on
man.
it. I already have 5 shows, man.
Well, I mean,
I hate my life.
You got to pass it forward, dude. You know you have to. I have to fuck up your game now.
I got free Mondays.
That's how that works. Anyway,
Wait. I don't think I fucked up your game. Some have said that I was the legendary centerpiece of your
To
game.
be fair, I hated Dante at first, and then like 3-4 sessions in, I'm like, all right, I'm on board with this. As soon as you started landing cars on motherfuckers, I'm like, I'm in, I'm sold, I'm in.
yeah.
That's all it's
He takes a while to grow on you, like fungus.
Or an STD in his case. I don't know.
Honestly, for her blades.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.
We're never gonna
Support
finish
Arthur
this
in everything he does, because he's a good man and he deserves your love and
intro.
attention.
No, he's not. And he doesn't.
But yeah, if you want to find all my stuff, twitch.tv/Henley, youtube.com/Henley. And I think that's about it, really. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to go die now. Bye-bye.
Atomic.
I play games on the internet very angrily. A lot of salt, lots of salt, plenty of salt. All the salt you could ever need, like probably more than is recommended on a standard diet. Twitch.tv/Atomikspoon, the Atomikspoon on Twitter, where I occasionally just rant and drop F-bombs. Go support these talented motherfuckers, because I don't do anything useful. But it was fun. Again, thanks, Henley, for showing up. I know you feel like shit, my dude. But
You should call
It's
your
always a good
community the Pickles because they're in salty brine. There you go.
I don't have a name. I don't have a name for the new subscribers I have.
The Dirty Sanchez's.
Jesus Christ.
This is
But,
literally the worst outro I have ever done.
It's fine. It's all in our goal to we get you the Twitch Prime subscriptions because we know this shit ain't getting monetized on YouTube.
You
But yeah,
say
that's
that, but
all I got.
YouTube lets a lot of shit fly after half an hour, dude. Like, they don't give a fuck
They don't
after.
give a shit. They don't give a shit. But yeah, that's all I got. So AP, how you doing?
This just
I'm
in.
dying on the inside.
What you
They're
got?
changing the name of Twitch Prime to Pity Prime. If you pity Arthur,
Wow, that hurts way more than it should. Speaking of someone who we pity, let's talk to Spootnik. I don't know.
oh, I didn't mean to redirect it. I'm sorry, Spoot.
Spoot, I'm here. I'm here.
You know, I'm just doing that Avatar: The Last Airbender thing. You shoot the lightning at me, I send it through my body.
Some fucking lightning bolts into the brain.
Look, man, I was gonna do Henley's thing where he was. You said something, and I was gonna do it to Atomic, and I was like, "That's too mean. I'm just gonna let it pass."
What's the name after Pity Prime?
Well, now I want to know what you were gonna say.
I don't remember it though, but I remember it
Subscribe
being
to
too
Twitch
mean
Prime.
to say.
If you remember, message me because I probably find it
Look,
hilarious.
someone is gonna get me on the VODs. They're gonna be like, "Arthur, clearly it was this," and I'll be like, "You're right. You're right."
I read those comments, so I'm sure I'll find out.
Spootnik, who are you? Where can people find you, and what do you do? And please, no more sex jokes.
I am Spootnik71. You can find me on Twitter at Spootnik_71 or on Twitch as well. I am generally only streaming this show because I'm busy as hell all the time, but not with sex stuff. Because no more of that tonight. Right?
Okay,
All right.
that's it. We're out. We'll be back in a week, right? We're back in a week. Everybody?
Yeah.
I'm seeing some heads nodding. Yeah, we'll be back in a week. And when we return, I guess I'm gonna have to create a whole new set of content for the Eastern Empire because I've spent like 6 hours making that clan hold. Fuck my life.
We'll get to it, dude. You'll get
And
used
then
to
Yeah,
it.
you'll be like level
Pass?
18, and I'll be like, all right, well, let's look at this level 4
I
content.
spent hours on this and then give them a free pass. This is your own fault, Arthur.
What did you want me to do? Be like, no, I insist that you are not allowed to go anywhere. You must clear the clan hold.
I mean, I
Pay
plan
your
on going
fucking
back to it.
taxes.
I plan on going back.
Yeah.
It's just, we've.
It'll be there.
I'm calling the Alexander Hamilton of the Dwarven Nation to come get you.
Well, when he's doing the duet number, I'm gonna fuck off.
Well, I don't know. I feel like you kind of be into the duet number. I think you might be a on the low opera fan.
I used to like classical music.
There we go. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.